Kalispera, welcome, RANIA Patsiopoulou, dear Ambassador, His Excellency Göran Borgstam, dear Minister Skilakakis, who's unfortunately not with us right now, distinguished Excellencies, speakers, guests, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the 8th Greece-Sweden Business Forum. As we said, disruption comes quite unexpectedly, and as you can see, my situation here. But besides that, we're actually very excited today because this is the 8th forum, and it was actually 9 years ago today, in October 2014, where we did start the Business Forum concept as a chamber. And at that time, in 2014, we had the honor to have the former Prime Minister Göran Persson with us. So since that day, and we noticed the need and the relevance of our forum, we continued on an annual basis. Of course, COVID came in between, disrupted there, but we continued on online module, then we came back to hybrid, and now we're back to live. So it's really, we're very proud to be able to achieve the ability to pull it together, this forum. Unfortunately, like we said, sometimes with ministers, these issues take place, but it seems like today, some little urgency is taking place up at the Prime Minister's office. So we have to digest and reset. So the Hellenic Swedish Chamber of Commerce is now 32 years in operation in Greece. We started back then mainly the Swedish entities in Greece. Today we have arrived to over 100 members, a mix of Swedish entities and Greek companies representing Swedish products and services. And we're actually seeing more and more Swedish companies popping up in Greece. So we look forward to another more strong years ahead. We are ranking the 6th largest chamber in Greece, and that's really, we're really honored and proud to be able to keep that. So today's forum, the theme, a new business environment is emerging. This has been worked on almost a year ago. We start to think about the themes and all that. So it's interestingly and unfortunately relevant to what's happening to us these days. So it becomes sad at one way, but recognizing we have a true reality. And it started with the Ukraine war and now the disruption in the Middle East. So I'd like to take at this time, and on behalf of the board of the directors of the chamber, to express the sadness, our deep sadness for the lives lost and compassion for those suffering in the Middle East conflict. But at the same time, the war in Ukraine continues raging on now for more than 600 days. So it is a matter of fact that we are in turbulent conditions. The Hellenic Swedish Chambers of Commerce vision is to be a platform of collaboration and creating synergies through our events and our member networking activities and our gatherings. Sweden continues to be at the forefront of sustainability, digitalization, and innovation. And so there's a lot of experience that can be shared to Greece. At the same time, Greece has leaped forward, especially after the recession period, and really transforming and actually enormous changes for many of us on modernizing the approach to doing business in Greece. But we also see many Greek companies interested in going global and expanding, also with a big interest in establishing in Sweden. So over the years, the Business Forum has become a cross-pollination field where experience from Sweden meets ideas from Greece and vice versa. And we've managed to do that at every forum. So we bridge experts, business experts, government representatives, specialists, in economic specialists or in the field, and exchange best practices and the ideas that are relevant for both countries. The forum, of course, is a team effort. And here I would like to thank the Embassy of Sweden for their cooperation and support, because it does require a lot of homework, background work, and running to get this going. Another vital support comes from our sponsors, who contribute to the success of the forum, and their contribution is highly appreciated. I would like to recognize these companies now and say thank you for seeing value in collaboration and synergy. So a big thank you to Platinum sponsor Ericsson, Gold sponsor IKEA, SKF, Sarakaki Group of Companies, Electrolux, and ABB. And Silver sponsors Beckus and Associates Law Offices, Combitrans, AstraZeneca, and Alfa Laval. Thank you for your effort. So, the 8th Business Forum brings into the spotlight 3 disrupting trends, like Maria said. And these trends, we see many mega trends evolving, and we decided to focus on these 3 because we found them relevant between our 2 countries. And also, our companies operating here find them in their business agenda. So we will explore what is the experience coming out of Sweden with our speakers that came in from Sweden, both from many of our companies and from the government. We will explore also Greek representatives on the other side. So the objective is to hear insights and share knowledge on these developments. So I'm actually very honored that we have a really strong competency of speakers in here today. And they're really specialists, and they have a lot of experience around their field. So really take the chance also to speak to them during the breaks and ask questions where possible. The first panel will touch on geopolitics and business, very relevant to the situation exactly today. The changing geopolitical scene and the new patterns in supply chain. We saw this disrupt from the Ukraine war. And now we have to review again our plans with the new conflict in the Middle East. The climate change, it started with the climate change, of course, then the pandemic, then the logistics and supply issues from the Ukraine war, then the energy crisis, the NATO expansion. All of these will require a holistic approach. All of these challenges need to be managed in a very different way. So it will be interesting to hear from our panel. Of course, how will our corporations react to these challenges? How will business decisions be taken by governments? What will be the costs? What increasing costs will we have to prepare for? How will the markets adjust? These are our daily headaches that we all have to look at. Undeniably, we really see a major transformation in the world, in Europe, on the trade and the supply. The second panel will go into charging the future. And climate change and sustainability policies are driving new business models in every industry, on all products. Governments will act with more urgency and to diversify their energy sources and to improve security and sustainability. Corporations will create value chains for net zero and nature positive solutions. We will focus on land transportation of goods in the panel today, as well as building construction as 2 industries. But we will also look at and explore the offshore wind energy generation, generating energy from wind offshore. So it'll be interesting to see new sources of energy. In the third panel, we will touch on AI. AI is very vast, but we decided to zoom into the workplace element and focus in on 3 parts, because we could get lost in touching AI, and we really took people who are handling issues with AI, evolving issues with AI, and actually saying we're driving AI in our models. So the impact of AI will increase productivity and efficiency, and it will affect the human element and the workforce. We will see insights, and I would say positive insights, from 3 areas: the business law, and see how that is embracing AI and the synergies around that. We will see new innovations from microscopic sensors in our clothing, and how that this cyber-physical world will come to us soon. And we will also touch on optimizing production and supply chain from machine learning and data analytics. So we picked three interesting panels and all very good speakers. Of course, when we finish the panel sessions, we will proceed to our networking cocktail downstairs. And there we have another keynote speaker, which was planned to be Minister Dimitris Papasteriou. And unfortunately, he canceled yesterday, and we have a replacement from his deputy minister, Konstantinos Kyranakis. So we will have a keynote speech from the ministry, and that is at the cocktail, dinner cocktail at around 8 o'clock today. So at the same time, I want to highlight, and as you will see during the coffee break and out in the conference, there's some stands that have the Pioneering the Possible. And this is a campaign from Sweden that the embassy has pulled in. Sweden is showing the interest to collaborate on business sustainable projects. They see that climate change is here and that interesting and new exciting projects can be developed. What once was thought of impossible is now actually coming in big and strong. So take the time to explore that. You can also speak to the embassy staff, and that's about that. So yes, we will reset the schedule so that we get more insights from our speakers on the first panel. So apologies for the minister change. It was happening just not even 15 minutes earlier. So thank you for being here and look forward to you enjoying today's panels. Thank you.